We're a small town. Census came out, I think it was a little bit over 14,000, the population here. We are growing, by leaps and bounds. A lot of people are buying properties here, for subdivisions, for retail, and we got a lot of exciting things coming to our small town. Like every other town, we're proud of our little city. We're the RGB entertainment capital of the world, and I really, really mean that because, you know, our Paint Arena, it's, next year, it's gonna be their 20th anniversary. So we got next year, as a matter of fact, this Saturday, we have Becky G coming. Too bad I couldn't get, free tickets, so we can hand it out today. But, she's one of the biggest entertainers in the world, but, our arena ranks 55th in the world as the size of the arena. And that's something to say about, Hidalgo, Texas. So, I mean, I don't know how many people don't know about that, but it's a very huge accomplishment that we've been doing it for 20 years. And other than that, we're trying to bring in amenities, and by bringing in amenities, we're asking for grants, whether it be from Texas Parks and Wildlife Department or the EDA, through government. And we've been very successful here in Hidalgo. Our next project is on Produce Road, which is one of our industrial parks, one of our first industrial parks. We're gonna redo all the roads there because they're pretty destroyed with all the truck traffic that's coming through there. We do have 3 industrial parks, and that's what we're here for. We wanna showcase, you know, what we have in our city as available developments and what's coming and what's already here. So, go ahead, Charlie. So this is our property tour. I'll be speaking while. We are right here. So this property is right across the street from us. Right across the street. In this, you can keep going, sure. A little bit over 7 acres. Right here, this piece is being developed in an apartment complex. An apartment complex under construction as we speak right now. 15 mixed-use apartment development complex with a right next to the bank drive-through. And Hidalgo ISD just bought the old First National Bank across the street. And they're doing their administration offices there. This property is right across the International Bridge, right next to the Purga parking lot. And it's a great location for a grocery store that the owner's trying to bring in some type of grocery store there. We've already looked at different types of grocery stores, you know, from Aldi all the way to Walmart, neighborhood stores and things like that. So we're trying to bring in different types of things to the city. The next property is our Tres Puentes Industrial Park. Right in this property, we're gonna have 45 warehouses that have already been approved by the Planning and Zoning Department and already been approved by City Council. Their size range is gonna be from 5,000 to 10,000 square feet. And it's right, if you're coming from Paint Arena, it's on the exit on the west side of Paint Arena. There is also property on the south side, and there's also property here from a family. It's the same family that owns all those properties, which is the Kawahata family. Right now they're in Houston. And we fly over to Paint Arena, and right in north Paint Arena, we have close to, it might be a little bit, the map might be a little bit off, but we have close to 99 acres there that are ready for development. I won't lie, I didn't sign any confidentiality agreements with Amazon, but Amazon was looking at this place, at this piece of property, for a bit, but they were looking at different cities, across the valley. I think they picked Penitas, they pulled out Penitas. So that's a really good property that's, available, for whether it be a subdivision, a retail, or something like that. This is a property that Mr. Aguirre here, right here, in this little space right here, 3 acres, that he's gonna develop a retail center. We're really excited about that. And, 40 apartments towards the back of this particular property, right in front of the arena. It's gonna be a game changer for the corridor for 10th Street there. And that's what the city mayor and the council want to change the look of Hidalgo, coming into Hidalgo. This is another piece of property where, you know, the farmland is 110 acres piece of property. A gentleman out of California, Ilan Israeli, he's looking to sell this particular property. We put in $1.5 million of infrastructure with an EDA grant that we received. So the property already has sewer, water, electric already in there. This property here where the trees are is another development that's already been approved. The future 12-acre duplex, approximately 9,000 square foot lots. There's gonna be 33 lots there. There's another property that Mr. Eloy purchased, which is, you wanna pause it a little bit, Drew?
Yes.
It's kind of like a diamond-shaped property. This is on Dicker and McCall. Huge amount of traffic that's going through there. There's 6 acres on the south side right there, perfect for apartments or another small subdivision. This diamond-shaped looking baseball field is perfect for another retail center, trying to look for a medical center to come to the city of Hidalgo. We do have a doctor's clinic right there that we helped him through the EDC revolving loan program to establish himself there. Eddie Cantu put a park there for our kids. And that's our 9th grade campus from Valley View. So it's centrally located, lots of traffic coming through there. They just opened that corridor, 5-lane, when it used to be a 2-lane road. Go ahead. But that's a really good piece of property. Next property we're going to, Walmart. Here we have future Starbucks coming to the city of Hidalgo, right here, right on the corner. I know if you look across the street, pause it a little bit, Charlie. Pause it. Across the street, McDonald's went into FAR, and I think there's gonna be a Blue Wave car wash across the street also. So the city's trying to compete, you know, but it's tough because, you know, property owners have their mindset on how much money they're asking for their properties. So that's what happens, you know, developers go to wherever it's a little bit cheaper. But we are gonna have a, where are we here? We are gonna have Starbucks there and a Take 5 car wash and oil change right next to the Starbucks. So there's property available. Mr. Mark Wilkins, he's doing another development site plan for the rest of the property there. So there's gonna be a lot of retail going on there. So there's a lot of movement for the city in that particular area. So unfortunately, McDonald's is on the other side. Wish we could have had it over here, but you know, we are gonna get a major Starbucks there, so that's very good, and the car wash. Go ahead. Next piece of property is right across the street from Valley View Elementary. It's on Jackson and Anaya. Commercial property, perfect for Walgreens, CVS pharmacy, frontage, and a big piece of property for a subdivision. There's a subdivision going up over here that's almost complete, but this particular property, we're getting ready to promote it at the ICSC in Las Vegas. Hopefully, our city council will let us go this coming year, and we're gonna try to bring in, we've had some talks with CVS Pharmacy before. Hopefully, we'll renew those talks again. It's been a while since we've gone to the ICSC, so go ahead, Troy. So right across that property, there's a Valley View Elementary. It's on the corner of Anaya and Jackson, so it's a really, really nice piece of property that eventually is gonna get developed. Here is a subdivision completed from the Arboleda line all the way to Anaya. There's 300 lots already done there, so people are coming to Hidalgo. A lot of people are coming to Hidalgo. Go ahead, Charlie. Next property is another partner that we have here in the city of Hidalgo is West Wing Homes. They did this subdivision, they sold out really, really quick. They just expanded. We just did a groundbreaking for another 72 lots on that piece of property. And they're a huge partner with us. They do a lot of analytics and who's buying properties, and they're all coming from California, Florida, and they're coming to Hidalgo because the taxes are low. As a matter of fact, Valley View just announced yesterday that taxes went from $127 for every $100 to $124. So they even lowered our tax rate. So it's even going to be a better thing for people to come to Hidalgo. So. But they're a huge partner. There's a lot of property to the back towards the canal.
Jared, can you pause it for a second?
Pause it right there.
That road right there, that's Las Mismas Road, is gonna turn to Arena Drive, correct?
Yes, now this road is under construction. It's gonna come out from McCall, go across the canal, and it's gonna come out right where Arena Drive is, where the
How far along are we with that development on the bridge? I mean, I know we've been partnering with the county. What have we heard about that?
Well, the bridge is probably the most expensive thing that they have to do, and that's why it's taking so long. The bridge is being right now engineered, and that's what's taking long.
Okay, so but we're working on that. People are working on that.
Yeah, we're working on that, and eventually it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a 2-lane with a center lane, and it's gonna open up that corridor on the east side and the west side of the canal. So, if you remember that on the west side of that canal, that's where that 110 acres of Ilana Israeli is, and
where we also invested that EDA loan.
Yeah, where we invested the EDA
grant.
And then right at the corner of 10th Street and Las Milpas Drive, which is gonna be Arena Drive, Delia Tamales owns 5 acres there, so she's waiting for a huge development to happen with the subdivision, for her to start opening something up here. Go ahead. And we fly over to, right here to, pause it a little bit, to Military and McCall. So, Mr. Aguirre here is developing that corner right here, right next to the dollar store. I don't know how many retail slots are you building there? 8 retail slots. Across the street, there's another city-owned property that we have right next to the softball fields. That's a little bit under an acre, which is probably the same size as what you have there. I think the city right now is going out for proposals on that particular corner. And then we have this huge property right north of Valley View South Elementary, which is a lot of frontage on Military, perfect for a subdivision and retail on the frontage. Go ahead, Charlie. But this whole area is, eventually it's gonna develop. There's a lot of subdivisions, west, north, and east of that particular property. This other property right here is, it's a new Valley View Heights subdivision, 87 lots, which is, the back part of the softball field, 87 lots, half of them are already sold, and they just started constructing on that piece of property maybe 4 or 5 months ago. So, I mean, the lots here are going really, really quick. They still have 4.4 acres on the as frontage, which is this part right here. That's 4.4 acres. That's for sale right now. Also, they're looking for a developer to develop that piece of property as in a retail space. Tons of traffic over there, a lot of truck traffic. But it's a great piece of property. And last but not least, we have Tejano Lake subdivision, which is a development. For all you that don't know Hidalgo, we do have a small little lake in Hidalgo, which is a privately owned lake. They're building 250 lot subdivision here. So, I mean, you know, when it comes to retail, when it comes to, you know, people wanting to come for workforce, Hidalgo is the place because a lot of people are moving to the city of Hidalgo, whether it be because of our hometown feel community, our low taxes. We're probably the lowest. The city manager always boasts that we have the lowest water rate also, and then our school district's taxes are very low, and even our city taxes are very low. So we do more with less, but we do it. So, and that's it. There you go.